As a kid, I was a huge Batman fan. I was forever playing with my figures, creating elaborate stories and fighting crime. Every coat that I had with a hood on it suddenly became a cape, and every step that I came across was a ledge that I could perch on, ready to jump down on any unsuspecting criminals.
Yeah, I don't think you should never do that again.
Being a poor kid, I couldn't afford the comics, but every morning before school they'd play Batman the Animated Series, which is easily one of the best Western animated series of all time. I'd eagerly wait to hear that iconic theme tune and strap myself in for a new adventure. In those days, children's cartoons weren't shy about dealing with heavy or dark themes in the content. Themes around good and evil, life and death, the morality and even the sanity of Batman were often questioned. Themes around loyalty, love and friendship, family, crime and punishment, corruption, it was all there. Despite being for children, it had a wealth of philosophical questions for young minds to chew on, unlike much of the watered down and sanitized schlock that is pumped out today. All this was polished off with superb voice acting from the likes of Mark Hamill and, of course, Mr. Kevin Conroy. Unless you've been living in some kind of Batcave for the past couple of weeks, you probably would have heard the unfortunate news that Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, sadly passed away. I wasn't planning on going into Batman FANimation at this point, but given the circumstances I felt it was only right to pay my respects. So today we're talking about Batman Broken Promise, a fan-made short written and animated by British creator Stephen Trumbull. Just like the animated series of my youth, this short is not shy about dealing with heavy themes. It opens up with a phenomenal speech about the political system in Gotham that, of course, is a mirror image of our current lives. He speaks to the deep dissatisfaction of the public with a corrupt two-party system that is bleeding them all dry, the hypocritical false promises given by either side, and the lack of vision for a better future. Of course, he too offers his own vision, but is it really genuine? I have to say that it's not often a Fanimation delves into such deep territory, and I have a lot of respect for Stephen for even approaching this. Most Fanimation is used as a vehicle to show off the animator's skill, and the story is usually secondary. And I think generally we're all happy with that setup. However, this project is one of the rare few that puts the story front and centre and has something to say. I won't give my personal opinion on the message here, as this is a review channel and not a politics channel, but I have to give credit where it is due to Stephen for handling the subject matter very intelligently, and in a very Batman way. Batman is all about the uncomfortable truths, the underbelly of society, and Stephen's approach is bang on the money. Enter Batman, who is investigating what appears to be a new drug on the streets, with people dying from apparent overdose of this new substance. In typical Batman fashion, he conducts a heavy-handed investigation. His investigation leads him to a meeting between what appear to be two gangs, one headed by schizo-ventriloquist Arnold Wesker and his puppet Scarface. The other is ambiguous but represents an upper-class gang rather than street level. They're arguing because the plan to flood the streets with this new drug aren't going quite to plan. People are dying, and that isn't good for business. While Batman is eavesdropping and snooping around, he's discovered by a henchman, and then we're treated to a well-animated action sequence that does a great job of capturing the Batman feel. I won't go too much into the plot here, as there's some interesting twists and turns that I don't want to ruin. But it's a fantastic little story that wouldn't be amiss in the Batman canon. The animation style is very professional, and I have to point out that the character models are extremely detailed. Usually when character models are too detailed, it makes animating them much more difficult, so animators tend to simplify character designs down so there are less lines to draw. Steven seems to have gotten around this quite well, using a variety of animation techniques to keep the quality high. The action sequences are shot very well, very visually interesting. His use of lighting and darkness is perfect for a Batman production. You can tell Steven must be a lifelong Batman fan because it seems like it comes very natural to him. The voice acting is good, but some actors do a better job than others, with Scarface being one of the standouts in my opinion. But overall, the voice actors do a good job and help to keep the production feeling professionally done. The music by Claire Wicks is very well done, with a striking resemblance to the animated series, but different enough to stand on its own. It's mixed down very well and complements the visuals perfectly. Overall, Batman Broken Promise is a fantastic installment to the FANimation scene, and any Batman lover will find themselves falling in love with this project almost instantly. It hits all the right points: a deep story with intelligent themes, showing and not telling, great action and just all around capturing the essence of Batman. It's rare to see a fan animation that puts as much effort into the writing as the animation, and it just shows in spades. Unfortunately, Steven doesn't have a Patreon, but he does have an Instagram, and the composer Claire also has an Instagram where you can get the soundtrack to the animation. So if you do want to show support for the project, get over there and give a like and subscribe and get involved. I think that's all I've got to say on Batman Broken Promise. So it's time to shut up, sit down, and get watching. Until next time, on FANimation.